The all-new Qgrid indicator is finally here. This is our much anticipated grid-style position adding indicator, specifically built for NQ futures, but you could throw this thing just about on any chart. In this video, I'm going to showcase the various settings, setups, how you could use this tool to find some great trades. If you're new here, my name is Mike Santucci. I'm the founder and CEO of QuantVue. We make TradingView, NinjaTrader, and Sierra chart trading systems for experienced traders. We have over 7,000 members in our Discord community posting wins every single day using our trading systems. Be sure to like and subscribe because we post videos twice a week, every Tuesday and Saturday. And without further ado, let's just jump right in. All right, so we've got the new Qgrid indicator from QuantVue here on the chart. Wanted to quickly go over the settings, some setups, what to look out for when using this indicator, how to pair it with some of our other tools to find some great trade setups. So essentially, the Qgrid is what we like to call a position adding indicator. So rather than just a traditional alert indicator, you'll see there's alerts here. But rather than play it like a traditional alert indicator, what you're going to want to do is play these little dots here, the screen. And these are what we call the add point. If I go into the settings, if you see, basically, there's this royal and aqua blue lines. This is our step moving average. And what this is going to do, as you can see, it's going to flip bullish and it's going to flip bearish. But as you can see, it's just flipping bullish or bearish, and it's going to print these Qgrid bull. And if we also get in there a little closer, you're going to notice that there's a smoothed out Heiken Ashi bullish and bearish candlestick built into the indicator. And this is going to help you identify trend and really smooth out that price action. So if we go into the settings, I'll pick just a spot here on the chart. This is just the most recent NQ chart. You're going to want to use this thing on Renko bricks. I've got a 3-box Renko here. Anytime I'm on NQ, I like to go with either a 3 or a 4 box. So if we pull up the settings here on the Qgrid, very straightforward. Honestly, out of the box, really don't recommend adjusting the settings very much. The ones you're going to want to pay attention to are, so we have Heiken Ashi 1 and Heiken Ashi 2. So a lower number, more sensitive, higher number, less sensitive. So if we drop down to, let's say, an 11, you're going to see this thing get really tight and provide a lot more flips in there. And then if you jump up to, let's say, like a 77, you're going to see it becomes very, very smoothed out, and it's going to give you less and less alerts. Like if you go up to even like a 133, it's going to show barely any flips. So we do a balanced default at 33, and then this second value is going to actually smooth out these Heiken Ashi candles. So if you just want to play the Heiken Ashi, a higher number, as you can see there, I changed it, is going to make these Heiken Ashi candles more smooth to price. And then if we go down to like an 11, it's going to make it more sensitive. The default's 5, but you're really playing with this indicator. You're going to play these add alerts, as I said at the beginning, off of this step moving average. So we provide a balanced configuration out of the box. You can get crazy with it. You could adjust it as you see fit. Strategy, whether you're scalping, fast scalping, swing trading, intraday trading, this indicator can be used to find some great setup. Now, if we go down to this add Heiken Ashi 2, this is going to adjust these add points, these royal and aqua blue dots. So if we raise this number of bars here to, let's say, an 11, you're going to get less add points. And then if we go down to like a 1, you're going to get many more add points on the Qgrid. So we go with a 3 because that's a good balanced approach. And then we don't recommend adjusting this numbers of bars for the lift after pullback setting. I would just keep this at a 1. The only setting you're going to want to adjust is right here. So let's say if you move it up to an 11, if you do that, you're going to have to move this second setting up. This OMA length, you really don't need to adjust. If you want to change the sensitivity of this step moving average here, which is the actual line that sits just above these add points, you're going to want to adjust right here, the sensitivity factor. So as with almost all of our indicators, a lower number, more sensitive, you're going to see that thing really, adjust a price, get choppy, provide many more alerts. And then if you raise it to like an 11, you're going to see it almost flatten out completely, but that's not necessarily what we're looking for. So the default is a 2.9. good balanced approach. You could change the bull and bear colors here. So if you want to do your traditional green and red, you could do that. And then here in the style tab, you can turn any of these on or off. If you don't want to see this step moving average and you just want to see these add points, you could do that. If you don't want to see the Heiken Ashi here, the actual, if I zoom in, the Heiken Ashi candles, you could turn those off as well. As you can see here, it'll be that Heiken Ashi 2. And then if you don't want to see those alerts, the add alerts, you can turn those on or off. Or if you just want to see the add alerts, you can turn the bull and bear off. So where the Qgrid gets very powerful is when you start stacking some of our other indicators. If I go here and I throw on the QuantVue Moneyball, you're going to start to see that the confluence that is added. So the default here on the Moneyball is a 10, gives you a balanced sensitivity. You could lower this or raise it to make it as sensitive to price as you want. But let's take, for example, here yesterday, let's say you were trading pre-market here at 7 a.m., 8 a.m., and you're looking to go short. As you can see, Heiken Ashi starts to get bearish here. You're at a pivot point. If you see this right here, I recommend adding those pivot points in. We usually draw them manually, but for the sake of this example, you start to see some bearish pressure right there at a pivot point. You're getting weakness here on the Moneyball. And then right here, you get a flip on the Moneyball with a Qgrid bear alert, where this indicator really becomes powerful. And it's not meant to be right when you see this alert, you get in, because chances are you might get chopped up. Rather, where this toolkit really shines is at these add points and finding these very strong pullback opportunities. So rather than jump right in and chase this move down, which you might have missed if you were taking the Moneyball, maybe you would have caught it, but it's when you add into the move. So see here, you've got bearish Moneyball, you got a Qgrid bear alert, you've got an add point. You could have got in right away if your RR is bigger, if your stop loss is higher, more ticks, that is, or you could wait for these add points, which is how the tool is really supposed to be played. But with all our tools, you got to find what works for you and your trading style. So this would have made for a, what is that? If you got in at this add point at 216, I mean, you're looking at, before we even got this pullback, that's already over 30 points there. So can find some very powerful setups with the Qgrid when stacking tools like our Moneyball. And then as you can see here, it's really just playing, okay, right here at a pivot point, we got a liquidity sweep. If you're confused about what I'm referring to, right here would be a level. We get this level sweep here, which is explained in our trading modules. We get a Qgrid bull Moneyball flip. This is a bull alert that I likely would have taken. Maybe you could, and hence the name Qgrid, it's take a grid trading approach. That is, maybe you throw on one right here. And then as this move progresses, you're throwing one on at each of these add points and you scale into your position. And then as you progress into the move, you are scaling out of the position. So that's how this indicator is meant to be played. Stack these confluences with our other tools, scale into positions. Don't just blindly take these bull or these bear alerts. That's not how you play our tools. As you can see here, what I was referring to just a minute ago is, rather than chase this move, where this toolkit really shines is on these pullbacks. Play this add alert and play this quick scalp down. This one you might have been chopped up, but if you're fast scalp, that's where this tool can really shine. And as you can see here, if you would have just got in here at this flip point, you might have been 207 to 290. You could have been chopped up here. But if you would have waited for this add alert, well, then you are scaling into this position. You're waiting for a flip on the Moneyball, and you will find some good risk reward setups. These two add points, what is that, 190 all the way up to 230, 240, a great 40, 50 point move there on NQ. That can make your whole day one trade. So just wanted to briefly go over the new Qgrid indicator. So if you want access to the new Qgrid indicator, it is going to be included on our QuantVue Pro plan. With any of our plans, you get a 7-day free trial. We just reactivated that, brought it back by popular demand. So you could try our entire system, our training, our courses, see every single channel in our community and more absolutely free for 7 days. If you want access, click that first link in the description. Like, subscribe if you haven't already. We'll see you in the next one.